It's a beautiful day up here. We're in Sewickley Heights with Peter Ekama from Wildman Chalmers, and it is a fantastic day. We just completed the build. We're obviously getting some of the landscaping done here, but Wildman Chalmers and Peters, you guys did a fantastic job with the design and just matching everything. Thank you guys for coming up here. I will say it has been an absolute pleasure working with you and your firm on this. Tell us about the design, how'd you guys come up with it, and just some of your favorite features.
Okay, well, the carriage house itself is kind of a special project in that it's a little project, but we're working with a site that already has a residence on it, and we want to have it work together with it. We're also working in a historic district, so we want it to have a lot of the same feel and a lot of the same character that the original house has. So we brought all of those kind of aspects together, went through the whole historic review process, and that kind of where we started. We had a dilapidated carriage house to start with, and we had to take that and turn it into something where they could still use that same footprint, use that same program, but then elevate it up to what we see now. We have the same amount of storage as what we had before, but we've added essentially a second story with more functionality than what the second story had previous. And so as we go through the project, we can see like some of that massing. We wanted to have the same gable play of the roofs. We wanted to have some disparate dormers like are on the existing house. Yep. And then we kept a lot of the same materiality as well. So throughout, we're just keeping that same language, keeping that same form. And then that's part of where the Historic Review Board loved how we were taking it, and they actually pushed us forward to be able to have something that came out as well as this one did.
Yeah, I love it. Now we did the same wood siding. We did a slate roof.
Yep.
We have all copper gutters.
Slate.
Yep, true slate, copper gutters, copper downspouts. Yeah, the tie-in is just beautifully done.
Yeah,
beautifully done.
We really think it's really important when you have not only we're creating this courtyard that we're standing in right now with the two buildings, and it creates a dialogue between the two structures instead of just having with a standalone structure. And obviously, again, all this overarching goal of having these two play well together is not only our goal, the goal of the client, but then also the Historic Review Board. So we have a great instance here where we can see two houses built at completely different times, but they're also working and playing well together.
Yes, it was a heavy team effort between all the trades.
Yes, for sure.
Our company, your company, and I would consider this a win. I would consider this a win. The homeowner, obviously, they're, I think, beyond ecstatic. So,
well, that's the goal. We want a happy owner. We want a happy client to be inside of a space that they enjoy.
Yes.
And we want that space to last, and so they can have it and share it with those they care with in their lives.
Agreed.
So,
I think this is timeless design. It's going to stand the test of time.
Very cool.
Let's go inside. All right, let's do it. So we are now upstairs on the second floor of the carriage home.
Yep.
And it is just, in my opinion, just a beautiful, just a beautifully designed total space. How'd you come up with this space and the window placement? Just talk about the whole design.
A lot of things might just come down to proportioning. If you break it down. So the proportions of the main house, we have similar window conditions. So we want to keep the same window proportioning. And so with the divided lights inside of these windows, we want them to be a similar proportion, if not the same proportion as the existing windows.
Okay.
And then we place them similarly on the foundation, on the elevations.
Okay.
And so with this space, we knew we wanted to be an open, large area. We talked with the client about that, and so we knew we wanted open space. We also wanted to have it to be vaulted. The prior room did have a vault, but it had all the truss cords essentially going down through.
Okay.
So it cut down the feel of the height, which was actually there. And so by taking it and just doing, raftering it up, we were able to get a cathedral ceiling inside the space. And then by breaking it with the dormers, which are over there towards that private drive, that allowed us to then again alleviate the head space condition, because you can't really occupy this portion of the room, but like having your wall be on the outside and actually being able to put furniture within these spaces really makes the room feel larger than if you would like pull in to a standard like 6'8" sort of opening.
Definitely. And it just architecturally, rather than it just being a box.
Yeah.
It is just, it's stunning up here. And obviously, once they get the furniture and everything placed,
Yeah.
it's just a beautiful space. And not like aside from the colors and all that, just you guys did a very nice job. And obviously, the tradespeople with just getting all the angles and everything, it came to life. I think very well.
This pitch matches the pitch on the main house. So that's where we get the gable form. Again, proportionally, we want to have it not be too wide of a form because it pushes the top ridge line too high relative to the main house.
Yep.
So we're balancing those requirements of the program and those requirements of what we have within our zoning code.
Okay.
But then what we result in is this great volumetric space above a 2-car garage, which has sufficient headroom, not only in the garage, but then up here as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what we do. I mean, as an architecture firm, we take all those parameters and we put together a product that makes a great space for them to use in the future.
Yep, I love that. How did you guys figure out the whole design of everything? And how did you make it such a functional space with just such a little amount of square footage?
I guess probably the trickier spot was where these two masses come together. We have this area, which is kind of inside of the dormer. This bathroom kind of steals that dormer space.
Okay.
And so we're pushing up into there, and so we set the heads of the window up matching, but then they're also pushed as high as we go relative to as we go into the kitchen area. You can see out too. So this little nook ended up being a way we could capture some of that space because just of how the framing ended up working out.
Okay.
But it was a great area to be able to push up and like break the roof form as well with a dormer.
Yep.
So using some good massing solutions, but then also gaining the benefit on the interior. I mean, we've done the opposite to get the light down inside of the stairway.
Yeah.
I mean, you go through so many stairs and it's just this dark opening because there's no light coming in high. If we bring that light in high like those, you get light all the way down that stair and it doesn't feel like this dark passageway coming out of a garage. I mean, it feels so much nicer. So it's get the windows and lighting right, get the mass right, you start to pull together. And
lastly, we'll go look at the kitchenette. So just design-wise, you had a very tight space.
Yes.
Made it very, very, very functional. We have a microwave. We have a mini fridge. We got a sink. We also have a washer and dryer back in that space.
Yeah, we were able to tuck it into this space. We were making sure we had the clearance vertically. Again, play with those dormers, and we're coming down low. We were able to sneak the counter in over there while keeping it low underneath of our pitch ceiling. So also pulling back the dormer from the edge really helps with the exterior form of the house itself, because then you're maintaining the mass, and then you have these punctuations of window and door and light instead of completely across the entire back shed roof. So
and even in this small space, we have a window here. We also have a door in it's a 10 light door that matches their existing home. You go right out to a porch. They have a massive front porch. They also have a back porch. All of these things tie in. All of these features, just the whole, to your point, the whole 3 acres is now one cohesive unit.
Yeah, the great part about the porch was that's actually a flat roof system, and they did a decking right over the top. We were able to coordinate with the guys framing it out and just went through that detail. We had drawn the section detail, and that came out really clean. And then it was going essentially over to what is framed out, a gutter system. That's all in the copper now. But we were able to take a downspout like right through, and it's nice clean termination instead of having to like snake them over and across. But that gives a nice sitting space, and it'll be great as summer comes on, as you just be able to sit out on the deck.
I love it. Just want to say thank you and the whole team at Wildman Chalmers. Met Heather very early on in their living room over there. It has been nothing less than a pleasure working with you guys, and I could not be more proud of the team, the L&L team, your team, the homeowners, and what we brought to life. And just want to say thank you, and thank you for being involved throughout the whole process, because that's why we have products like this. So Anyways, thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed working on the project. I mean, great communication throughout the entire process. We were able to troubleshoot things along the way. And like you said, as with working together as a team, we're able to produce a product that hopefully makes the client happy for years and years to come.
I love it. I love it. And I might say we're about to start another project with your firm down in the streets of Sewickley. I want to say we've already started it, or we're getting close to starting it.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to working with you and Wildman and Chalmers on many more to come. But the first one, I'd give a thumbs up and a big success to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.